Yo, what's going on, guys? Versal here, and today I'll be doing an updated deck profile for the Sinful Dinosaur build. It's been a few weeks since I posted the last deck profile of when I took the deck to locals and got first place with it. So since then, I've got some new cards, so figured now would be a good time to update the list with those cards. To be honest, since that locals that I took the deck to, I've been playing a lot of Fire King since then, so that's why there's been a lack of uploads recently, but figured that'd be a good time to do an update for this version of the deck, and I'll be doing a blind second list in the next couple days as well, so if you're interested in that, be on the lookout for that one. But before I get into the deck list, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, definitely do that. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any future uploads, drop a like, comment, all that good stuff. It all helps me out. And if you're interested in this dinosaur playmat or these sleeves, check out finalsaga.de. And if you decide to buy anything, use my code Reversal10 for 10% off your order. Anything you buy using the code helps support the channel directly, so definitely check them out. They got a lot of cool stuff over there. I'll leave a link in the description. So I'm just going to kind of go through the deck for the most part, a little faster than usual, and focus more so on the non-engine since that's like the main changes from the last one. If you want more in-depth look at the deck and combos and how it works, stuff like that, definitely check out the other videos on my channel. I kind of go overall like how the deck works and pretty much everything you need to know to play the deck you can learn from my other videos, so definitely check those out if you're interested in playing the deck yourself. But engine wise, same as last time, 3 OV, 1 Archosaur. I still like 1 for the Archosaur. It's too many normal summons if you play more than 1, in my opinion. 3 baby, 2 petite, 1 Misk, 1 Kaito, 2 of the big boy, Conductor, the goat, 1 Meteors, and 1 Opalhead. The Opalhead's here because it's a fire. Level 6. That's the only reason it's there instead of the Frostosaurus. It doesn't really come up still, but sometimes it can. But this is all like the same as before. In addition to that, we have the 3 Fossil Dig, 2 Ground Xeno, 2 Pill. Again, it's the same exact ratio as before. I wouldn't really change these. I still don't like 3 Ground Xeno because you need a baby for it to really do anything. It's cloggy. You never want to see more than 1 of this. It's dead past turn 1 if you resolve the first one, so I just don't like clogging on that card. I don't even like the card that much in general, but you do need to play it just for another extender. For the actual good extenders, 3 Wanted, 1 Witch, 1 Original, 1 Poplar. This engine's just great. These cards just help you extend through hand traps, helps you make better end boards. Just, they're not too bad going second for like an extra push, but I like these cards a lot for going first. For this deck, they helped a lot. I wouldn't play the deck any other way as far as going first goes right now. I think these are by far the best option. And then the cards that come off of these is the Evoltile Mega Chirilla, the Evoltile Leos, and the Evo Singularity. So the Poplar's here, so you can search it through Banshee through your Dino combo, and then gets you to original. And these cards also get you original, and original gets you to the Mega Chirilla, and the Mega Chirilla gets you to this, which gets you the trap, and the trap gets these from the grave to attach to one of your Evolsaurs, which is usually going to be like Lars, so this is just 2 more negates to a trap, so it's good through board breakers. If you resolve like your combo in this deck, you don't lose, pretty much. It's very, very hard to break. For the non-engine stuff, got the 1 Prosperity. This card's just good consistency still. The 1 Call By, it's not too bad going second, but it's mainly there for like Fuelos, Ash, to roll other hand traps. And then 1 Talents. This could be in the side, it could be in the main. I just want to have 1 somewhere since I am playing Thrust in the side. But it's just another like good defensive card. If you get hit by a hand trap going first, you can get a hand rip if you have more engine to keep pushing, or you can draw 2 to look for more to keep playing. 3 Ash, it's a good hand trap, and then it's good for stopping Fuelos, which this deck is pretty weak into Fuelos a lot of the time. Sometimes you'll have a hand where you can kind of maneuver something together that doesn't give too many draws, but for the most part, it's pretty pretty good against the deck, unfortunately. Then playing 2 Drolls. This was at 3 in the last profile, but I decided to cut it down to 2, mainly because I'm main decking 3 Fualos now. I didn't have this last time, otherwise I would have been playing it, but now I have them. Unfortunately, it costs a lot of money, but they're here now. But I decided to just cut down to 2 Droll, even though, because you don't want to see these two together, obviously. If the Fualos resolves, you don't want to draw yourself, because then you won't be able to draw anymore. But a lot of the time, the Fualos is going to get hit by like an Ash or something. And when it does, it's really nice to have a Droll as well. So your Droll is still getting its full value after that point, and you're in a decent spot if that does happen. So, and then if your Fualos does resolve, then you're happy to just not use the Droll if the Fualos is doing its job anyway. So I think playing them together is perfectly fine. These cards just give you the best chance to see like one of your non-engine when you lose the dice roll game 1, and then you can have a chance if you see one of these. Like the Fualos by itself can make them end on a pretty subpar board depending on what you're playing against, and then this deck's decent at pushing through those half boards with just engine, since you have like the Dino pushes, the wanted pushes, you have Misk to help insulate from a lot of different things, so I think it works out pretty well. Then the Drolls, you can high roll a lot of different decks with this and just kind of turn skip them depending on how they start, so definitely an argument to main deck the 3rd one, just so like you have the 6 copies between that and Fualos to kind of give you the best chance going second, but decided to just main the 1 talents instead. And the extra deck's the same as last time. Lagia, Dolka, 2 Lars, the Drill Guy to recycle Misk. You end on 1 Lars in the main combo, and then you summon the other with the trap, so you can actually make both of them very easily. Dweller, this card comes up a lot versus Fire King, especially when you're going second. Just turn off all the floating stuff, and then you could just end the game from there. Banshee to search pop. Anima, SP, Reproducus. Barricade to unbreak like Poplar if you have it alongside Dino combo. Bisector, this is when your Banshee gets impermed. You can end up summoning this, popping a baby, and then it gets you a better inboard through the Banshee getting impermed. Nightmare Phoenix, this can just be good for clearing back row. That doesn't prevent you from attacking directly like SP does. That's come up before where I've used this to clear a back row and couldn't end the game, when could have just like pitched a card, did it with this, and then just killed them. And then additionally, it can come up to get rid of the Princess turn 3 occasionally, but that doesn't really come up that much. But sometimes you can like Princess turn 3 to bring back one of your Evolzors, use the Mega Trillia graveyard effect to reload the Evolzor, and then if you have another body, you can use the Princess and the other body to go into Phoenix just to get rid of the Firelock. So if you have like an Ovi in your hand that you can normal summon, get you another Conductor, then, you know, summon that, Kaito comes back, and then it lets you like just end the game without the Firelock hindering you sometimes. And these are just good for, you know, the whale helps layer your boards. You have the Princess pop in grave, and then the Princess, you use it to summon Meteors from grave sometimes, use it to summon Leos from grave sometimes to help get their effects. So these cards just help a lot for a multitude of reasons. But like I said, if you want to learn more about how like every card in the deck works and stuff, check out the other videos, like the combos and stuff. For the side deck, still a work in progress, but got the 3 Perulias to go with the Fuaros. This card's a little lower impact than Fuaros, obviously, into most matchups, but in general, this card's a lot more consistent because every deck normal summons pretty much. You're always going to get that 1 draw to help replace itself. So then anything past that, you're just getting good value off it. I think versus like Fire King, the Perulia is probably a better card than Fualos. You can play both of them in that matchup, but like Fualos, they could still like end on Princess and like all the Fire King stuff and only give 1 draw, so it's a lot easier to play around the Fualos than Perulia with Fire King, and I think Fire King is arguably the best deck, so I like Perulia a lot. The 3rd Droll, like I said, I like this hand trap a lot in this format. 3 Nib, this one's like more experimental. If I'm gonna play the Nibs, I probably want to make space for these Imperms as well, just because they pair well with each other, obviously. So like between the chummies, the drolls, the nibs, you just have a lot of hand traps that have potential to be enough on their own. So that's the logic there. I've seen a lot of people like with the fire decks and stuff like that, just playing in a way where nib can punish them very badly. So when they do play like that, nib can be one of the best hand traps in the game. But a lot of the time, if your opponent's playing correctly, you're going to need to pair it with something else. So this was a little more, I'm not sure if I'm going to play it or not, but if I do decide to play it, we'll probably cut down on some other stuff to fit the imperms as well. So you can just have a good number of hand traps between the chummies and hand traps. I do think the board breakers have gotten a lot worse, especially with like Fire King, Tenpai being like the two best decks. Some back row hate, we got 2 Cosmics and a Duster. I like Cosmic a lot right now. Hits a lot of decks going first and second, so it's a pretty versatile card. 3 Thrust. I only had 2 of these last time. I picked up a third, so decided to throw the third one in to go with the 2 traps, D-Barrier, and Different Dimension Ground. The thrusts are mainly there for going first when you get hit by like Fuaros, or just, you know, Ash, whatever. But especially Fuaros, since that one really hinders you more than anything. So if you get hit by that, you can set one of these blowouts and survive a turn. Then hopefully, you know, that's enough from there. But these are like the main side deck stuff I'm considering. And then before I had like Dark Rulers, Droplets, but I was finding those to be pretty iffy in this format, especially against Fire King. Like Droplets not terrible, but Dark Ruler's really bad. Then like Tenpai, obviously you don't want Dark Ruler. Droplets like not the worst there, but it's not good either. Just finding like hand traps were a lot more necessary right now. Then like against Yubel, you really need to have like Dark Ruler, Droplets, and Evenlies, and then like see a specific combination of them. So like playing chummies with those is good if you expect a lot of Yubel. But otherwise, I think just hand traps just end up being the better pick right now. But yeah, the main difference between this list and the other one was these guys. The chummies, the very expensive cards nowadays. It's nice that most of the other cards in the game are like really cheap now, but these ones are not cheap at all, unfortunately. But I have them now, so I'm gonna play them. If you don't have them, you don't have to play these. You could just look back at my other list. I was playing like Imperms and Drolls in the main to go with the Ashes instead of these, and then just playing a different card in the side instead. You could play like Phantasme in place of these. They're like kind of the bootleg Perulia. But yeah, you don't need these to like do okay with. Like I said, the last time when I brought this to locals, I did get first place with it, and I didn't have these at the time, so it's not like you are incapable of like doing well without them. They just help a lot. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Peace.